Hi and welcome. So right into it. With Yoshi being a... Wait a sec. Yeah, right. Obviously not a dragon. So, with Yoshi being a dinosaur, it is known that the dinosaur's most preferred game console was the SNES. I know, some still believe it's the PlayStation, but it is not. So today I want to portray an historically accurate event, thus being Yoshi as the representative of all dinosaurs playing Yoshi's Island on the SNES. And again, we start with a bit of foil that we then shape into a ball. And since Yoshi's face is almost only nose, we are already close to done. I attach it to a slightly smaller and more oval ball, and to fix it in place I add a noodle around the seam and smooth everything out. I give him some cheeks and now he just needs some eyes on top. I use my silicone brush to divide the eye part, because we don't want him to look like this, and we give everything a nice isopropanol treatment for that extra smooth skin. Since it's still not smooth enough, I also need to do some sanding. And the face is done. Time for the body. Proportion-wise, head and body are almost the same size. If we were to apply the same proportions to a dog, it would look something like this. Since our dinosaur is a tamed dinosaur, he gets a saddle, because that's what you do with tamed friends. You give them apples and expect them to carry your lazy ass around. Once I'm done, I bake it and drill 2 holes to add wire for the legs. I give them a plumber carryable thickness and give him some nice boots. Add a long noodle for the upper boot part, and now wet feet are a thing of the past. Time to attach his enormous head to the body. Forgot to add some sauce, and now I can save the progress by baking. To the harder part, at least for me. I'm still quite uncomfortable in making clean and straight edges. I prefer round and organic stuff. But I try my best to make the SNES with all its parts as edged as possible. It gets quite frustrating at some point and the end result is accordingly wonky, but although it is actually not good enough, I decided to keep it as it is after putting a lot of time and effort into it. And I tell myself I will do a better job next time. I need to make a little table or a sideboard to put the TV on. I use some wood that I snap into pieces. You can see that I glued them together and am now making the upper part out of clay. I cut the right size and carve a wooden texture on it. I add table legs and I am done. When dinosaurs walked the earth, there was only tube TV, so we will make one now. I first caress my square piece of clay for preparation and then perform the extraction surgery. I also add some buttons and can move on to some accessories I want to add to the scenery. Our Yoshi needs a plant. If he is going to play all day long in a closed room, some oxygen would benefit his gaming performance. I start with making a small pot. I make 2 big leaves and attach them to a piece of wire to then insert them in my pot. While my back-end bond wanted some screen time, I poked some holes in the back for the soil texture. One does not game without a snack, so I prepare the snackiest snack of them all. An apple. I apply the stem and thicken it up with a bit of back-end bond. Yoshi most certainly needs a happy little friend, so I make one of my favorite characters. I add some pieces of cloak on the bottom part, attach a band on the top part, and by now you probably have guessed who it is. I add some folds, make holes on the mask, attach feetsies, and it's done. Now I can finally add Yoshi's arms. I will fill a roll of clay with a piece of wire, attach a flat piece of clay on top, and cut 3 fingers in it. I twist and turn them until they are round and sausagey and insert everything in a pre-drilled hole. I make the other arm just like that and let him finally hold the controller. Only the 3 scales left and it is time for some color. We prime and we paint. He gets a nice green base color and I add some lighter green highlights on the parts that are more exposed to the light. More than 1 coat of orange for his boots and yellow for his soles. A juicy red for his scales and his saddle. While I paint the eyeballs, his nose is in the way in all of my footage, so that's what I will show you. I paint the other accessories and can then get to the base. I use a foam board and cut a piece out of it. I position some pre-cut wood panels on top and glue them on, and paint them in a dark brown. I made a tiny screen off camera and can now assemble everything. Now let's have a look at the beauty shots.
Thank you.